At the Munich Security Conference, the message from Washington was blunt and unmistakable. America has no interest in being polite and orderly caretakers of the West's managed decline. U.S. Secretary of State Marco Rubio declared, signaling a decisive shift in tone toward Europe.
For we in America have no interest in being polite and orderly caretakers of the West's managed decline. We do not seek to separate, but to revitalize an old friendship and renew the greatest civilization in human history.
Rubio argued that the era of Western dominance has come to an end, not just because rivals have risen, but because the West made flawed assumptions. The idea of a world without borders and of replacing national interests with a global order is foolish. Sovereignty and industrial strength, he said, must return to the center of strategy.
The great Western empires had entered into terminal decline, accelerated by godless communist revolutions and by anti-colonial uprisings that would transform the world and drape the red hammer and sickle across vast swaths of the map in the years to come. Against that backdrop, then as now, many came to believe that the West's age of dominance had come to an end, and that our future was destined to be a faint and feeble echo of our past.
His remarks came after European leaders, including Germany's Friedrich Merz and France's Emmanuel Macron, voiced concerns over recent U.S. policy moves. Rubio's speech read as an answer, explaining why Washington is recalibrating. The United States is ready to go alone if need be, but prefers to have Europe on its side.
Under President Trump, the United States of America will once again take on the task of renewal and restoration, driven by a vision of a future as proud, as sovereign, and as vital as our civilization's past. And while we are prepared, if necessary, to do this alone, it is our preference and it is our hope to do this together with you, our friends here in Europe.
On Ukraine, Rubio confirmed that a new round of talks will take place on February 17th. Military support and sanctions remain in force, but diplomacy is now testing whether Moscow is serious about acceptable terms, a sign the war may be entering a more politically sensitive phase. Rubio also took direct aim at global institutions, saying the United Nations has no answers and has played virtually no role in resolving major conflicts. The broader message from Munich: America is not abandoning the alliance, but it is redefining it on sovereignty-first terms.
Well, the United Nations still has tremendous potential to be a tool for good in the world. But we cannot ignore that today, on the most pressing matters before us, it has no answers and has played virtually no role. It could not solve the war in Gaza. Instead, it was American leadership that freed captives from barbarians and brought about a fragile truce. It has not solved the war in Ukraine.